Rama Rama, Namaskaraha. Welcome you all to session 6 of Samskritasri Pathamala 1. Today we will be learning to construct simple sentences. Let us begin with Mangala Shlokaha. Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalasphटिकाकृतिम् Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Saraswati Namastestu Veena Pustakadharini Hamsavahanamaruhe Vidyadanam Kurushvame. So quickly to revise what we have done so far. We have done the Devanagari script and its components. The 5 components being the swaras. In swaras there are hrasva and dirgha swaras, which are short and long vowels. 5 short vowels and 8 long vowels. Then we saw the vyanjanas. Vyanjanas divided into different categories, and there are different vargas in the vyanjanas. Each of them have a specific name. The ka varga is the kanthya varna. The ta cha varga is the talabhya varna, is a varga. The ta varga is the murdhanya varga. The ta varga is the dantya varga, and the pa varga is the oshtya varga. Then we have the antastaha, ya, ra, la, va. Then the ushmanaha, which are sh, sa, and ha. That is the sibilants and aspirate together are called ushmanaha. The 5th letter of the consonants in the vargas are the anunasika varnas. Anunasika means they have a nasal sound. Then we saw the ayogavahas. Ayogavahas are anuswara, visarga, jihvamuliyaha, and upadmaniyaha. Anuswara is the dot which has a purely nasal sound. Visarga is the 2 dots on the side which has a hakara kind of sound. Jihvamuliyaha is before the ka and kha letters. The visarga before ka and kha. Upadmaniyaha is the visarga before pa and ha. Then we saw how to form gunitaksharas, which are consonants pronounced with the vowels, how they are represented. Then we also saw the sayuktaksharas, or how consonants combine with each other to form clusters of consonants. After that, in the last class, we saw the Sanskritam words, some words of the masculine gender, feminine gender, and neuter gender. Because in Sanskritam, there are 3 genders, and the speciality is that the gender of the word is determined by the word itself and not by its meaning. You may be able to guess the gender of a word by its meaning, but you cannot always be sure. Another thing is that in Sanskritam, there is a dual form. Usually we have singular and plural, but in Sanskritam there is also a dual form. Singular is ekavachanam, dual is dvivachanam, and plural is bahuvachanam. So there are 3 vachanas and 3 lingas in classifying the words. But now we are going to only learn the ekavachanam words. So I hope you have learned the words that we read last time, that is in lesson 2. So let us do a small exercise and revise the words that we studied in the last class. If somebody wants to answer, I will give you the English word and you can tell me the Sanskritam word for it. If you want to answer, please raise your hand. I will call your name. Shailaja ji. Shailaja ji, would you like to answer?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to unmute. Yeah, Ram Ram.
Ram Ram Ram.
Do you remember the word we learned for Ganesha?
Gajananaha.
Gajananaha. Hand.
Karaha.
Very good. Man.
Naraha. Naraha.
Excellent. Naraha. And
Charaha.
his spy. Spy is
Charaha.
Chara. Very good. Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavada.
Shiva Shankar Bogaram V. Gupta. Madhav, would you like to answer? Huh. Goddess Parvati. Madhav, are you online? Shiva Shankar Bogaram Mahodaya. Sorry, Mahodaya, we are not able to hear you. Shreya Zinzuvadia, would you like to try? Shreya Zinzuvadia, you're self-muted. Okay. Shriram MC, Mahodaya.
Namo Namah.
Namo Namah. Ram Ram. Goddess Parvati is
Uma.
Uma. Goddess Mahalakshmi.
Sita. Or Lakshmi.
Sita. Lakshmi, but the word akaranta word, that is the word ending in a that we learned was Rama. Rama is goddess Mahalakshmi. Okay.
Rama.
Flower.
Kusumam.
Excellent. Fruit.
Phalam.
Phalam. Dhanyavada. Suresh P. Mahodaya, would you like to try? Suresh P. Mahodaya, you're self-muted. Yeah.
Ram.
Ram Ram. The word for
Creeper. Lata.
Lata. Very good. House.
Griham.
Griham is right. But we learned a
different word. Bhavanam.
Bhavanam. Very good.
Bhavanam.
Because the words with the Rkara, we are going to see in the later lesson. So this is just all Akara words. Bhavana and Makara at the end. Okay. Hill.
Hill is
Yes.
Achalam.
Achalaha, it is a pullinga word. Achalaha.
Okay, Achalah.
And Lord Shiva is
Shivaha.
Shiva.
Shiva.
Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavad.
Lord Shiva is Shiva. So last time the only homework for you was to just revise the words that we did in the last class. Now in this class we will be learning to construct simple sentences in Sanskritam. Sentences made of just 2 words. And for that we need to learn some pronouns. Pronouns which are in Sanskritam which are demonstrative in nature. I will explain. We will learn some more nouns as well, and then we will learn how to combine those nouns and the pronouns to construct simple 2-word sentences. Before that, we will learn some more pullingam words. Again, if somebody wants to read, you can raise your hand. Sukanya C, do you want to read?
Ram Ram, ma'am.
Ram Ram. Yeah, you can read.
Masculine gender, pullingam, words ending with a. Alayaha, temple. Madhavaha, Vishnu. Upayaha, means. Masaha, month. Naradaha, Narada. Tadagaha, pond. Nakhaha, nail.
Very nice.
Ishaha.
Okay, you can continue reading. You can continue
Okay.
reading.
Okay, ma'am. Ishaha, God. Yachakaha, mendicant.
Yes.
Narakaha, hell.
Yeah.
Maharajaha, king. Nagaha, snake or elephant.
Yes.
Kalahaha, quarrel or strife.
Strife.
Banaha, strife or quarrel.
Yes.
Banaha, arrow.
Very good. Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavad.
Somebody else can also read so that you can. Uganti Mahodaya, would you like to try? Uganti. Sorry, I muted you. You can unmute yourself now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ram Ram.
Ram Ram.
Alayaha, temple.
Yes.
Madhavaha, Vishnu. Upayaha, means.
Yeah.
Masaha, month. Naradaha, Narada. Tadangaha, pond.
It is Tadaga.
Oh yes, Tadagaha, pond. Nakha, nail. Ishaha, God. Yachakaha, mendicant. Narakaha, hell. Maharajaha, king. Nagaha, snake or elephant. Kalaha, strife or quarrel.
Yeah, it is Kalaha. There is a
Kalaha
also.
Correct. Sorry. Kalaha, strife or quarrel. Banaha, arrow.
Very good.
Dhanyavad.
Dhanyavada. Next, we'll see some Strilinga words. Uma Bulla, would you like to read? Uma Bulla, you're muted. You have to unmute yourself. Usha V, do you want to try? Do you want to read? Usha V, yeah. Are you saying something? We can't hear you. Ha. We still can't hear you. Sorry, Bhagini. Vaidyanathan Narayanan Mahodaya, would you like to try?
Yeah. Namo Namaha.
Namo Namaha. Ram.
Katha, story.
Yes.
Daya, compassion. Pathasala, school. Maya, trick, illusion. Bhasha, language.
Very good. Dhanyawada.
Dhanyawad.
Venkateshan Srinivasan Mahodaya, would you like to try?
Yes, madam.
You can read the same
Hari Om.
words in feminine. Sri Lingam. Hari Om. Namaste.
Feminine gender, linga. Word ending in a. Katha, story. Daya, compassion. Pathasala, school. Maya, trick or illusion. Bhasha, language. Dhanyawad.
Very nice. Dhanyawada. Next, some Napumsakalinga words. Vidusanu. Vidusanu.
Ma'am, ma'am, can you hear
Ram
me?
Ram.
Ram Ram.
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, can you?
Yes, ma'am. Nagaram, city. Pankam, drinking water. Nayanam, eye.
Panakam. You should pronounce the akara in this. Panakam.
Panakam.
Yes.
Nayanam, eye. Chamaram,
Yes.
fan. Bhayam, fear. Paisam, sweet drink. Vachanam, speech. Vahanam, vehicle. Natanam, dance.
Very nice. Dhanyawada. One more person can read this. Vidya Subramaniam.
Yes, ma'am.
Ram. Please read.
Ramra. Nagaram, city. Panakam, drinking water. Nayanam, eye. Chamaram, fan. Bayam, fear. Payasam, sweet drink. Vachanam, speech or sentence. Vahanam, vehicle. Natanam, dance.
Very nice. Dhanyawada. So now we have learned some words in Pullingam, Strilingam and Napumsakalingam. more words than what we learned in the last week or last class. So now let us learn some pronouns. Pronouns are called Sarvanama Shabdaha. Sarvanama Shabdaha are pronouns. So the pronouns that we are going to learn are etat, idam and tat. These three pronouns are based on the distance of the person about which the person is talking from the person who is talking. So based on the proximity to the speaker, we can have etat, idam or tat. Because in Sanskritam, we have pronouns which are demonstrative in nature. Demonstrative pronouns are like this and that. They indicate whether something is close by or far away. In that category, etad is something that is the closest to the speaker. So if a person or object is very, very close to the speaker, you use etad. If that person or thing is slightly close but not that close, we use idam. Idam shabda for the person or thing, to refer to that person or thing. Something that is very far or which is not seen is referred to with the tad pronoun, the tad shabda. Now each of these pronouns has a pullinga form, a strilinga form and a napunsakalinga form. So etad shabda is something that is really close, and that in the pullinga form is eshaha. In strilinga it is esha. In napunsakalinga it is etat. Idam shabda in masculine gender pullingam is ayam. In strilingam it is iyam, and in napunsakalingam it is idam. And tad shabda, for those which are far away, the pullinga word is saha, the strilinga word is sa, and the napunsakalinga word is tat. So does somebody want to read this so that you get familiar with these words? We have etat, idam and tat, of which etat and idam are close by and tat is far away. Etat is really close, closer than idam. But in practical use, we use etat and idam interchangeably. We really don't make any distinction between the two. We use them both interchangeably. So, but to know the technical difference, etat is supposed to be closer than idam. These forms I would like you to read once. So if you want to read, you can raise your hands. Bihan Mahodaya, would you like to try? Ram Ram, we can hear you.
Ram.
Ram.
सर्वनामशब्दाः एषः अयं सः एषा इयं सा एतत् इदं तत्.
Okay, can you read it pronoun wise for the etat shabda? Can you give me the masculine, feminine and neuter forms? That is the pullinga, strilinga and napunsakalinga forms for etat shabda.
Okay, ma'am. एषः.
Yes. Eshaha is what form? It is the pullinga form. Eshaha is pullingam, Esha is strilingam, and Etat is napunsakalingam. Can you read it once? Etat shabdaha in pullingam is Eshaha.
एतत् शब्दः पुल्लिङ्गम् एषः. एतत् शब्दः स्त्रीलिङ्गम् एषा. एतत् शब्दः नपुंसकलिङ्गम् etat.
Excellent.
Idam shabdah pullingah ayam.
Very good.
Idam shabdah strilingam iyam.
You don't have to get confused. If you say strilinga shabdah, then you can use strilingah. If it is just the lingam that you are referring to, you can say strilingam. That should do. So the lingam is napumsakalingam, shabdah is a pullinga word. So you can use either lingam, strilingam or strilingah shabdah. Both are correct.
Okay. Strilingah tat shabdah sa. Napumsakalingah etat tat shabdah tat.
Very good. And pullingaha tat shabdah is
saha.
saha. Very good. Dhanyavadaha Mahodaya. Somebody else would also like to try. Vijay Kumar Belaguli. Vijay Kumar Belaguli Mahodaya, would you like to try?
Ram.
Ram. Namaste.
Pronouns sarvanam shabdah ekavachanam etat shabdah pullinga eshaha strilingam esha napumsakalingam etat idam shabdah pullingam ayam strilingam iyam napumsakalingam idam tat shabdah पुल्लिंगम सहा स्त्रीलिंगम सा नपुंसकलिंगम तत्.
Very good. Dhanyavada. Next, we will also see some question pronouns. Question in the sense who or what. In Pullinga, the who or what shabda is called kim shabdaha. Generally, for all the three lingas, it is called kim shabdaha. Now, you notice that we have learned only the singular forms for the nouns, for the pronouns, as well as this question pronoun. So, in masculine, this kim shabdaha will take the form kaha. In strilingam, the kim shabdaha will be ka. And in napumsakalingam, the kim shabdaha will be kim itself. Now, if I go to the previous slide, here, if you notice, the napumsakalinga form is very similar to the shabda itself. The etat shabdaha in napumsakalingam is etat. Here we have the first takara, whereas the shabda has the dakara. That is the only difference. Idam shabdaha is the same, idam itself. Tat shabdaha becomes tat, the first takara. That's the minor difference. Otherwise, the napumsakalinga form is very similar to the shabda itself. Similarly, for the question pronoun kim, kaha is the pullinga form, ka is the strilinga form, and kim is the napumsakalinga form. So, kim shabdaha, pullingaha is pullinga shabdaha is kaha, strilinga shabdaha is ka, napumsakalinga shabdaha is kim. So, till this, if you have any questions, I will see if you have, before proceeding further, I will take some questions because you should be clear with whatever we have done so far. Shashwat K. You have a question. Okay. Tataka or Tadakaha, both are right. There is Tatakaha as well as Tadakaha. There are two words which are very similar and which mean pond only. The ninth one English word. I'll go to that slide. You mean this word, Mahodaya? Creeper is Lata. Shashwat K, I had a doubt. Let me unmute. Shashwat K, Mahodaya? You have a doubt?
Yes, madam, namaste. They are my kids. Ram. Actually, my name is Kamesh. My kids are Shreyas and Saswat. They are 9 and 7.
No. Yeah, tell me.
This is their first class. They want to learn Sanskrit. I'm planning for a Upanayam for them in the nearby October, November.
Okay.
So it is their first class. Their doubt is they were not able to see through video, and their video is not on. And how they want to, in between, if they want to ask some doubt from you, how they will do.
There are two ways in which you can ask a question. You can either raise your hand or you can type in your question. If there is if I give a break in between, I will unmute
like
you.
Like you will call me back.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one way. Another way is to just type in your question, or if it's too long, you can write to me at my email rangarajan.deepa.vyoma@gmail.
Okay. Okay. Because
is there any specific doubt that you have now?
No, they don't. 1 minute. No, there is no specific doubt. This is their first class. So from next class onwards, they will log in a 2 different system. Once they log in, they will give their names and they will follow whatever it is. And from where I will get this material for the practice?
Everything is available in the course page. You have to log into Sanskrit from home, and then you have to you have to register and then log in and then register, and then you can access the course.
Yeah, I already registered. 1 minute.
Somebody wants to know from where they can learn more words. You can keep learning the words in the textbook. Otherwise, you can get some simple Sanskrit, story books in any fair or something. As and when you pick up some story book for beginners, you can learn more words from those books as well. Vyoma itself has many courses which are, for vocabulary building and all that. So you have to explore a little bit to find out these things. So somebody wants to know if some 0.5 kilometers or 1 kilometer, we cannot really give the distance. Somebody which is really close by, we refer to with etat. Somebody who is around but not very close, we will use idam shabdah, and somebody who is not to be seen, we use tad shabdah. How to identify from the noun whether the same is masculine, feminine, or neuter gender. As of now, since we are learning only the akara ending words, we have akara with a visarga, we can identify that as pullinga, akara ending words as strilinga, and as napunsakalinga words. But this, as you learn more words, you'll realize that this is not something that you can depend on. You just have to know the word along with its gender. So whenever you learn the word, you have to learn it along with the gender. That's the only way you can do it. If you question a feminine person and masculine, we use kim. It is not only. What's the question? It is not only question for neuter. I didn't understand that question. Banu Ravichandra. Yes, so the pronoun that we use is a demonstrative pronoun because we are referring to a particular noun while we use that pronoun. So because we know the gender of the noun, we will use an appropriate pronoun in the same gender. That is why we have pronouns in 3 genders for all the different categories, whether it is etat, idam, or tad. Nagaha and gajaha are just 2 words for elephant. That's about it. So we have learned the nouns and the 3 different types of pronouns. Now we'll start construction of sentences. In the textbook, this is lesson 3. So they have given sentences under each category, that is pullingam, strilingam, and napumsakalingam. I am amaraha. Amaraha is a word that we already learned in the previous lesson. Amaraha is God. We basically learned Ishaha, Amaraha, and Devaha for the word God. Then I am Padaha. This is a foot. I am Ishaha. This is God. I am Akashaha. This is sky. I am Madhavaha. This is Vishnu. So remember that there is the anuswara at the end of this. When it is followed by a vowel, you should use the makara. This I am should end with a makara and not with the anuswara. So when you practice, please make that change and do not write the anuswara at the end of the word I am. You have to write aya with a makara ending and then amaraha because there is a vowel which is following. For all the other cases where there are consonants following, you can use the anuswara. Similarly, for ishaha, you should use makara. Akashaha, before that you should use makara. So I am not focusing on that right now. Let us first learn the words. I am Akashaha. I am Madhavaha. Madhavaha is Vishnu. Akashaha is sky. Achalaha is hill. Alayaha is temple. Kakaha is crow. Balaha is a boy. Yachakaha is a mendicant. These words we have already seen under the nouns. So we will proceed to the next set of words, next set of sentences where we have this strilinga words. So the Strilinga words we use iyam shabdaha. Idam shabdaha in Strilinga becomes iyam. So iyam Asha, iyam Rama. This is Asha, this is Rama. So in all these sentences, the verb is not to be found, but we have to infer that. Even though the verb is not specifically mentioned, iyam Asha itself means that the is or this is Asha is understood. Similarly, iyam Mala. Mala can be the name or it can be a necklace. Iyam Kamala. Kamala is again a name. Sharada. Iyam Sharada. This is Sharada. Iyam Uma. Iyam Bhama. Iyam Lata. Lata can be the name or a creeper. Iyam Radha. Iyam Bala. Bala is a young girl. In Napunsakalinga, we have idam asanam. This is a seat. Idam jalam. This is water. Idam kamalam. This is lotus. Idam bhavanam. This is a house. Idam payasam. This is a sweet drink. Idam panakam. This is drinking water. Idam abharanam. This is a jewel. Idam vanam. This is a forest. Idam Ananam, this is a face. Idam Nagaram, this is a city. Idam Dhanam, this is wealth. Idam Phalam, this is fruit. So let us do some exercises based on these words. This lesson 3, we have used only the idam pronoun, which is this, something that is close by. We use idam as a pronoun. You just have to use the correct linga and combine it with the noun based on the gender of the noun. Does somebody want to try? Please raise your hands. I will call you. Sheetal Shah, would you like to try?
जरा 1 minute करनी. आम भगिनी.
Ram Ram. Namaste.
Ram Ram. Namaste भगिनी.
So can you tell me how this will translate into Sanskritam? This is a temple.
Idam mandiram.
Idam mandiram is correct. Alayaha is the word that we learned. So if it is alayaha, what would you say? For the idam shabda, what is the?
Ayam alayah.
Ayam alayah. Very good. Notice that I have used the makara at the end because there is a at the beginning of the next word. Okay. This is wealth.
Wealth. What is not remembered?
Did we use the word dhanam?
Dhanam.
So which is the pronoun that you would use with dhanam? What lingam is dhanam?
Napumsak.
Napumsak. So you use
idam dhanam.
Idam dhanam. Then we have this or he is a mendicant or a beggar. Do you remember the word for mendicant?
Yachakaha.
Very good. Yachakaha. So yachakaha is what lingam? I am yachakaha. Excellent. Next is?
This is a creeper. Creeper is Lata napumsak lingam.
Lata akara ending is?
Akaranta.
So it's
Yam Lata.
Iyam Lata. Excellent. Dhanyavad. Shiv Kanya, would you like to try the next set of sentences?
Ram Ram.
Ram. One moment. This is a crow.
Kakah. So I am Kakah.
I am Kakah. Very good. Then
Foot. Padam.
Padaha.
Padaha. So I am Padaha.
I am Padaha.
Sweet drink. Payasam. No. So idam payasam.
Excellent. Idam payasam.
City. Nagaraha. So I am Nagaraha.
It is Nagaram.
Oh,
So,
Nagaram to idam Nagaram.
Idam. Yes. Very good. Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyawad.
Subhadra Shankar. You want to try?
Yeah.
Ram. Yeah.
What is a mendicant? Mendicant.
Mendicant is a beggar who begs for alms.
Okay. Iyam veena. This is a veena.
So what I want you to do here is to frame a question. Like, I'll give you an example. I'll do this one for you and then you can try the next one. Iyam veena. So we ask the question, Iyam ka, who is this? Iyam veena. You understand?
Understood.
Ka is a question word. So when we use it with a Strilinga form, the answer we get is also in Strilinga. Iyam veena, you should ask a question with a Strilinga question pronoun, which is ka. Okay. Similarly, for ayam alayaha, what would be the question?
Iyam kaha.
Very good. Ayam kaha.
Idam kim.
Idam kim. Excellent.
Ayam kaha.
Ayam kaha. Very good.
Iyam katha. Iyam katha. Iyam ka.
Excellent. Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyawad.
Shubhavi. Shubhavi, now you can try. Yeah, Ram.
Ram.
Similarly, you should frame questions for Iyam, Uma. What would be the question word?
Iyam ka.
Iyam ka. Very good. Who is this? This is Uma. Iyam Uma.
Ayam akashah. Ayam
Yes.
kaha.
Ayam kaha. Yes.
Idam vanam. Idam kim.
Idam kim. Vanam is? What is the meaning of vanam?
Neuter.
It is neuter
Forest.
gender. Forest. What is this? This is a forest. Idam kim. Idam
Forest.
vanam. This is a forest.
Iyam basha. Basha is a female gender language. Iyam ka.
Iyam bhasha. Bhasha is a Strilinga padam. And the question will be Iyam ka. Iyam bhasha.
Ayam bhanah. Ayam kaha.
Ayam kaha. Banaha
Ban-
means
It's a drink, beverage. So
Panaha
it is
is a
Pullingam.
drink. Panam is a drink. Banaha is an arrow.
Weapon.
It's an
Yeah.
arrow. Ayam banaha. Ayam
So
kaha.
I am
We
kaha.
use the pullinga question
Dhanyavad.
pronoun kaha. Dhanyavadaha. So let us quickly revise what we did so far. We learned some simple words in Pullinga, Strilinga and Napumsakalinga. Then we learned the pronouns etat, idam and tat. These are based on the distance of the object or thing from the person who is speaking. And in each there are Pullinga, Strilinga and Napumsakalinga forms. Etat, in etat we have Pullinga eshaha, Strilinga esha, Napumsakalinga etat. For idam we have Pullinga ayam, Strilinga iyam, Napumsakalinga idam. For tat we have Pullinga saha, Strilinga sa and Napumsakalinga tat. So these are the three pronouns and the three genders for each of them we learned. Then we have the question pronoun kim. Kim in masculine or Pullingam is kaha. In Strilingam or feminine it is ka. And in Napumsakalingam it is kim itself. The point to note here is that unlike in English, we have the pronouns which are demonstrative in nature, which means we know from the pronoun itself where the person being referred to is situated, whether he is close or far. When you say he or she in English, we really cannot guess whether the person about whom we are talking is close by or far away. So he and she are not demonstrative pronouns. The demonstrative pronouns in English are this, that, these, those, and such pronouns. From these only you can find out the distance of those objects or things or persons from the person who is talking. But in Sanskritam, all of these are give you an indication of the distance. So that is the difference. The homework will be the homework, that is the exercise which is given in the textbook itself. There are some words which are listed. You have to combine them with the idam shabda. For now, for this lesson, we will just stick to the idam pronoun alone, and we will use the appropriate lingam of the idam pronoun, combine it with these words based on their lingam, and form short two-word sentences. That is your homework for this class. So you can complete it by Thursday. Let us stop here. Just before we end, I will check if there are questions, or we'll first do the Mangala Shloka, and then if there are questions, I will take them. Shanti Mantraha. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dhanyavadaha. If you have questions, you can either raise your hands or you can type out your question. Yes, the homework. What is the homework? The exercise given in lesson 3 is the homework. You have to, in the homework, there are some words which are listed. You have to combine the appropriate form of the idam shabda. That is either ayam, iyam or idam based on the linga of the word and combine it with that word to form a sentence. For example, if it is manihi, it is a pullinga word. So you use I am manihi. That's all. You have constructed a short sentence, which means this is a gem or a jewel. How to submit the homework? No need to submit the homework. You can check the answers when we discuss it at the beginning of the next class. Sanskrit English dictionary. You can use Vaman Shivram Apte's book, the dictionary, which you can use for quite a few levels. Even for the beginners level, it will be useful. If you have missed a class, you will find the recording in the course page. Once you log in, you can access the contents of the course page and you can watch the videos again. The homework is nothing but the exercise in lesson 3. Yes, Annette, do you have any specific doubt? So yeah, that was your dictionary, was it? Akashaha, Akashaha, Akasham, both are there. So you can use either of the forms, Akashaha, Akasham, both lingams are there. Some words have 2 genders. Optionally, you can use one of them. What is a mendicant? Okay, I think that's about it. So, Shubharatrihi, Dhanyavadaha, Punarmilamaha, Rama.